Imagination is more important than knowledge. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. The only source of knowledge is experience. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. The difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger, more complex, and more violent. It takes a touch of genius, and a lot of courage, to move in the opposite direction. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Information is not knowledge. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. We should take care not to make the intellect our God. It has, of course, powerful muscles, but no personality. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind. I never teach my pupils, I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. The secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. Intellectuals solve problems. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Science is a wonderful thing if one does not have to earn one's living at it. The world is a dangerous place, not because of those who do evil, but because of those who look on and do nothing. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. Peace is not something you wish for. It's something you make, something you do, something you are, and something you give away. The true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and the sense in which he has attained to liberation from the self. A happy man is too satisfied with the present to dwell too much on the future. All religions, arts and sciences are branches of the same tree. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. I believe in intuitions and inspirations. I sometimes feel that I am right. I do not know that I am. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. Most people say that it is the intellect which makes a great scientist. They are wrong, it is character. The search for truth is more precious than its possession. The gift of fantasy has meant more to me than my talent for absorbing positive knowledge. The only way to escape the corruptible effect of praise is to go on working. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle, requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. The difference between what the most and the least learned people know is inexpressibly trivial in relation to that which is unknown. I never made one of my discoveries through the process of rational thinking. I am not only a pacifist but a militant pacifist. I am willing to fight for peace. Nothing will end war unless the people themselves refuse to go to war. If I had only known, I would have been a locksmith. As far as the laws of mathematics refer to reality, they are not certain. And as far as they are certain, they do not refer to reality. The only thing more dangerous than ignorance is arrogance. Any man who can drive safely while kissing a pretty girl is simply not giving the kiss the attention.